Still morning. Yeah, so good morning to all of you. It has been
Kapoor, an accomplished Indian Police Service officer from Madhya Pradesh cadre, currently serving as a Deputy Director of MP Police Academy. He brings extensive expertise in police training, research, reforms and human rights-based approach to policing. With a PhD in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, and master's degree from the University of Essex and Delhi School of Economics, Dr. Kapoor has contributed to international think tanks including the University of Virginia's Democracy Initiative and Clear Lab. A British chevening human rights scholar and former UN peacekeeping officer in Kosovo, he has shaped global policing standards through UN doctrinal development. Dr. Kapoor's pioneering work emphasizes victim-centric policing, gender-based reforms, and community-centric strategies, reflecting his unwavering commitment to social justice. As a national resource person and member of National Police Mission, his dedication and visionary leadership continues to elevate the standards of law enforcement in India. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Vineet Kapoor.
Thank you. Connected. For the introduction and for the opportunity to talk to all of you. Slideshow. No, you do the slideshow. Slideshow mode. Yeah. So today I've been given the task of talking about culture of peace. Within the culture of peace, I would like to concentrate on my related to peace building and maintaining peace in the societies, particularly societies which experience conflict. Actually, all societies experience geographical boundaries, but there are also internal conflicts happening within societies. There are people fighting each other or having conflict due to religion, due to different social identities, due to different kind of belief systems and perceptions about what is best and how the world should move. So there are problems within the societies. These problems come face to face when you see a clash between people turning into a violent riot or some kind of a clash, which disturbs the entire peaceful living condition, peaceful living environment, peaceful living social order as such. So peace is one way looking at peace within yourself, but you need to have peace in the social atmosphere in which you live. And the social atmosphere, the milieu within which we live also affects our inner peace, and vice versa. Our inner peace cumulatively affects the peace or non-peace or violence outside us. So there is a lot of dilemma between different social groups, individuals forming some social identities, and those identities, they do conflict. There are multicultural identities, there are linear identities, for example, monocultural identities. There is a world in which everybody is Christian, that is an identity of a particular country. Now, people from other belief systems come there, and there happens a clash because they say my religion or my identity or my system of social life, cultural life is superior to your system of social life, cultural life, and conflicts happen. India has been uh, nation which has always carried a multicultural identity. There have been lot of differences between language, ethnicity, religion, and caste system. There have been lot of diversity in the Indian culture. But there has always been also a sense of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam within the context of Indian culture, and having a peaceful coexistence. But of late we have seen that there have been a lot of riots. In fact, when India became independent, at that time there was a massive riot, and because of those riots, some of the geographical territory got divided, and people got divided, and some of the people had to come to this part of the country, some people had to go to another part of the country which formed a different nation as such. So, but there are a lot of undercurrents of conflicts. These happen in small riots happening in different cities and towns. Some rise up to big scale riots and loss of life. So when you come across these things as a police in a democracy, you are also held responsible to maintain this social order of peaceful coexistence. And this is a huge and massive responsibility coming on democratic policing. Why I say democratic policing? Because there are autocratic policing systems in the world, there are despotic policing systems in the world, where it's very easy to maintain within commas peaceful situation. Not peace, but peaceful situation, because you forcibly impose certain things in a way that nobody dares, I use with an emphasis, dares to speak their mind, dares to live their life as they want to live, dares to practice a life of their own. So, maintaining that kind of a cosmetic and despotic peace is one way of looking at social order. The another way is maintaining coexistence in a beautiful manner in which everybody enjoys his or her freedoms, plus also the communities enjoy their freedom, plus live peacefully together. Don't have conflicts which come or result into violence. So within this context, I am going to speak of a model called DEEM-COP. DEEM-COP is diversity engaged and embedded multicultural community oriented policing. So the main context here is diversity engaged and embedded multiculturalism. So there has to be diversity, you have to engage with diversity. You can't deny diversity. You have to respect diversity. And also embedded multicultural ethos. You have to embed multiculturalism within yourself, within your inner self. Then only it is possible. And when you are entrusted with this kind of a situation of social conflict and you happen to do police work, you have to involve the community with you. If you don't involve the community with you, there would not be any kind of sustainable peace in the society. And so this model works. This has been a context in Madhya Pradesh. I am talking about an example through Madhya Pradesh where we have been experiencing a lot of riots in 80s and 90s, but of late the riots have been controlled, and a lot of it has also gone to the credit of the DEEM-COP policy or community policing policy, which harbors on multicultural identities, which harbors on diversity and inclusion and stakeholding and respect of the stakeholding of different communities in the governance system as such. Peace building by community-oriented policing. My introduction just read that I have worked in Kosovo, where it was an international peacekeeping mission. The job was keeping peace. My job title was peacekeeping officer. So by default, I was being paid and I was being deployed to keep the peace. So there are police officers who are peacekeepers. They are called peacekeepers in international situations because when international conflicts happen, there is kind of a civil war and there is a lot of problem within that context of civil war and the rights get denied. So the civilian police, it's not the army, because army has a different way of working. It's the civilian police which has to work within the communities to create a peaceful environment, build peace. That's why it's called peace building mission or peacekeeping mission. First build the peace and then keep the peace. So that is how the situation happens in international order. But within the internal situation of countries, there are these kind of things happening everywhere. Lot of it has happened in South Asia, but we see lot of it is happening in Western Europe right now. Lot of it is happening in the Americas and in African countries. There are a lot of problems happening with internal disassociation with peace. So you have to keep peaceful societies, democratic ethos have to include it. Inclusion and addressing diversity is a very important part, and police has to have service orientation, human right orientation and justice orientation. If you have this orientation, it works. With a specific example of Madhya Pradesh police, I would like to mention that we work through these different community police organizations. We harbor on Nagar and Evam Gram Raksha Samitis. These are village defense societies and city defense societies. These societies are formed by citizen volunteers who come and give their volunteer services whenever there is some conflict situation. Plus, there also are investments in peace. Like we meet them very often at an equal platform, discuss their community issues so that we build up ties with them. Tomorrow, if there is a problem of conflict, then these people do help and mitigate that conflict by working within their communities. So they support us because our mission is not one community, our mission is to have peace. Second is citizen peace committees of community elders. Community elders are joined together from each and every social group. Like for example, if there are Hindus, Muslims, Christians, you have some caste groups, representative, they are there. Some other social organizations, we take representatives from there. So it's a representative, a big committee of representatives who are approached before every festival cycle in India. For example, if you have like now Holi is going to come, and Holi is a festival in which people go berserk, people go like express their emotion on the road, and it can turn violent. Yes, some people might not like some customs, some color or something. They may feel offended. Women can feel offended. So you have to maintain sanity. Similarly, so you have one meeting here. There are processions of Muharram going on. There are processions of Durga Ashtami going on. Before that, since they have to pass through sensitive routes, they have to pass through traffic congestions. So you have to talk to the community that you have to take care of each and everybody's rights and liberties. And then Jan Samvad. Jan Samvad is you go to the community, go to their dwellings and talk to them in their mohallas, in their gullies, in their chaurahas, where they live. And you organize a meeting, find a common place, call everybody together in the evening, and just have a discussion how life is going. So these are some of the initiatives which we have been taking, and this has really helped us a lot. We have also worked, this is my last slide, I'm just putting up my last slide because time is less. It's not very easy to build a culture of peace in the society, but also within the police. Police had been formed to control. Police has been formed, particularly in a colonial country, to control the uprising of the liberties and the rights and the freedom people were demanding. So the colonial culture of policing in all colonies have been order and order at any cost, and control at every level. When you grow up in a situation like this, your whole governance system has grown out of a colonial culture. It's very difficult to now inculcate a culture of peace and rights, a culture of democracy and ethics. And this is how we work a lot on our own police first. That's why these social and community police initiatives would become useful and sustainable to maintain peace. And that's why we concentrate on three things: neutralize inherent prejudices. You see, our constables come from the same social milieu from which all the society within which all society lives. So if there is a gender bias in their home or in their community, that gender bias would be retained. If there is a caste-related bias at home, that would be retained. If there is a religion-based bias, that would be retained. So when you come to the police, you become an agent of the law. And when you become an agent of the law doesn't believe in any seclusion. It believes in inclusion and equality. And the Constitution of India believes in inclusion and equality. So you have to neutralize their prejudices. So we have to work on neutralizing their prejudices and working on their embedded cultural values. Embed those multicultural values. There have been monocultural values, there might be, so you have to inculcate them. Then contextualize. After you neutralize them, you have to contextualize the thought processes, and that is police service delivery. How the police service delivery has to happen in a slum area, has to happen in a minority religion area, has to happen with people who are from the weaker section of the society, how to happen with people who are poor. In this country, lot of poor people are poor. So poor is a category of being more sympathetic, being more empathetic, being more service orientation lying there. So you have to contextualize it. Relationship and accountability to intersectional social life of the community. What is intersectional? Intersection is at the intersection of caste, religion, gender, economy. All if these intersections combine together, then you find some people, for example, a Dalit girl from a poor household might be more at disadvantage than somebody else who has been more privileged, being born in a richer place. So, and same with the communities. So you have to contextualize your service delivery accordingly. Then customize. Police capacity building, ethics, attitude, behavior, skills and benchmarks. So you have to have those benchmarks. You have to keep pushing those benchmarks. You go to this community, also you talk there. You talk to these three communities, but you didn't go there. Why didn't you have a Jan Samvad there? So you have to customize. Go there, talk to them, It's their festival, it is their importance, so that has to be done. What are their plans? Come and discuss, then go to other community, discuss with them that they have this plan. Do you have any problem? Would you not be having any conflict? So all those things have to be there. And then transmit in police protocols and job role clarity. So then you have to transmit it into the job role clarity, that this is the job and this is the clarity you should have. Then transform. So you transmit, then transform them. And once you transform them, then community police outcomes for peace building becomes easier. So this is all I wanted to say. I have already overshot my time, I think. So this is it, and whenever I'm allowed to take questions and you want to give any questions to me, I'm ready for that. Thank you.